All right, guys. So interesting day in the market with the big gap down in the SPY, but then we sold off and then ended up going out at the highs. Um, nice job today in chat. Good teamwork. But I've got to give the hat tip to Billy. This thing was on fire. HWH. And you know what? I've actually got a screenshot. Hang on. So there it is. Fives buy zone right between the 8 and the 20 on a very strong stock. Billy posted it in chat. HWH mid fives buy zone. It was right around there. And you can see what it did. And I would say mid fives buy zone was about $3.67, right? And it went up to $7.44, probably about 30 cents risk. So call of the day for sure. And I would say what transpired in chat after that, but I don't want to get Billy in trouble with his fiance. So let's go back to the daily. And that was the call of the day for sure. You can see it closed way off its highs, but probably still deserves to be on watch. Let me put this up real quick so new members in chat know that we're talking about looking for intraday charts, but you always start with the daily chart. You want to focus on stocks. If you're a trader, you want to focus on stocks that are in play, right? Recent high relative volume, recent big moves, that sort of thing. All right, so let's go into that. SOUN, nice volume the last couple of days, but what I really like is had earnings and popped and then rolled over and then went sideways for about 6 or 7 sessions, and now it's starting to break to the upside on good volume today. So I like that for a potential long tomorrow with a proper intraday setup. Kohl's KSS was on bounce watch today and ended up having a really strong day. So I really like this one for tomorrow again. AEO, by the way, let me go back to Kohl's real quick. I pointed out this flag right here in chat once I saw how strong it was, which would have been just a break of this high over 1571, and it pretty damn quickly went to 1606. If you're a day trader, you understand how much money can be made there. Anyway, I like the daily, so it goes back on watch. American Eagle. Doesn't seem like it's the best trader, but I like the daily chart. You really kind of need an intraday Sydney Sweeney headline to really get this moving. But, it had a nice pop here, another one here, tried to break these highs right here, came back down, and then a really nice day today. So that one definitely goes on long watch. IPDN had the big rip on Thursday, quiet inside day on Friday, and then in after hours today it ran to over 9. Right now I'm talking, it's trading 867 while I'm talking, but ran to over 9 in after hours. So something, even without the after hours, I think I would have probably had this on watch because, right, in play stock for sure after that rip and then the inside day. Definitely goes on watch tomorrow. HWH, already pointed this one out, closing way off its highs, but I think it's worth having on a chart. Duo, a couple green days in a row and closing off its highs, but it's definitely an in-play stock, so we're going to watch it. XFOR goes right back on bounce watch. You had the nice pop here, secondary pop here. Now we're 4 days in a row down right near the 20-day. It was on bounce watch today, but no trade in it. So it goes back on bounce watch for tomorrow. Same with this NEGG. Oftentimes, I start watching something that's been strong and then, comes down like 3 or 4 days in a row, like here or here. I start watching them for a bounce and then they give no setup. And then I'm almost trapped into watching them every day to see if I can get a bounce play entry. This was 137, I don't know what, 7, 8 sessions ago. Now we're down in the 30s. Certainly still deserves to be on bounce watch. GoPro, GPRO. Nice little bottoming tail right off the 20-day there. Goes back on bounce watch. AFRM's a little bit different. Gapped up on earnings back here. Had that shooting star look, but then you had another red day almost at the gap fill. That one might turn up tomorrow, so it goes on watch. CRML. After what was good news this day, now you've got, 4 days in a row down into the 20-day. That one goes on bounce watch. STSS. I've got to really zoom in so you can see this one. It had a really nice move, though, from here to here. Now we've got 3 days in a row on declining volume back into the 8-day. I do think that could give a bounce tomorrow. RR, another kind of weird looking chart, but had a really big move from here to here. And then this gap up right here made it kind of weird. But anyway, you've still got a couple days lower now. Into the 8-day, I'm putting that on bounce watch. You can see the Nice volume it's been getting. Couple more. Up. That didn't work. Let me try that again. Up. UP. I like the looks of this one. Had a really nice run here, and now a couple days lower, right into that buy zone between the 8 and 20-day moving averages. And then lastly, STI, which closed at 328. As I'm talking to you in after hours, it's trading at 428 and went as high as 515. So STI, if it's gapping in the morning, goes on the gap list. And that's it from me. I'll see you guys in the pre-market, and we'll find some more gappers.